Imagine walking through an ancient world where woolly mammoths weren't just hunted beasts, but loyal companions. What if everything we thought we knew about prehistoric humans and megafauna is completely wrong? For centuries, we've been told one story: primitive humans struggling against terrifying giant creatures. But new evidence suggests a startling alternative. What if these colossal beings were actually our first animal allies? Today, we're exploring a radical theory that could rewrite human history. The standard narrative paints a brutal picture. Textbook images show cavemen hunting mammoths, fighting saber-toothed cats, and fleeing giant ground sloths. This hunter versus hunted story seems logical, but it might be incomplete. Recent archaeological discoveries are challenging this centuries-old perspective. What if coexistence, not just conflict, defined these ancient relationships? Let's examine the evidence. At multiple archaeological sites, we find human and megafauna remains in close proximity, but not necessarily in predator-prey contexts. Some sites show patterns suggesting sustained contact rather than brief hunting encounters. Even more intriguing are cave paintings that depict interactions beyond hunting scenes. Some ancient artwork shows humans and large animals in what appears to be cooperative scenarios, not confrontational ones. Then there's the bone evidence. Paleontologists have examined megafauna skeletons with injuries that healed before death, injuries consistent with ropes, tethers, or other forms of restraint rather than hunting weapons. These animals survived their wounds, suggesting they were kept alive after initial contact. Why would ancient humans bother keeping injured giant animals alive unless they served some ongoing purpose? Consider the mutual benefits. Megafauna could have offered protection from predators, helped clear land, or even assisted in transportation. Early humans might have provided food, water, or protection in return. The symbiotic relationship mirrors what we later see with wolf domestication. The process wouldn't have been instant. It would have developed over generations through gradual trust building and selective interaction. Think about modern domestication parallels. We know wolves gradually became dogs through a mutual relationship that benefited both species. Why couldn't similar relationships have developed with other animals? Ancient humans were brilliant observers of nature. They would have recognized the intelligence and potential usefulness of these magnificent creatures. Perhaps the first pet wasn't a wolf, but something much, much larger. The implications are profound. If early humans had megafauna companions, it would completely change our understanding of their capabilities. Managing such relationships would require sophisticated communication, social organization, and long-term planning. This wasn't just survival. This was early civilization building. It suggests our ancestors were far more advanced in their understanding of animal behavior than we've given them credit for. This new perspective forces us to re-examine existing archaeological finds. Those piles of mammoth bones at ancient sites, maybe they're not just hunting remains, but evidence of settled communities that kept these animals nearby. The tools we've discovered might not just be hunting implements, but instruments for care and management. We need to look at these artifacts with fresh eyes. Of course, this theory has its skeptics. Some scientists argue that the evidence remains circumstantial. They point out that close proximity doesn't necessarily mean companionship, and that healed injuries could have other explanations. The debate continues, and that's what makes science exciting. Every new discovery has the potential to shift our understanding. What's clear is that the ancient world was far more complex than we often imagine. The relationship between humans and megafauna likely existed on a spectrum, from enemy to ally, with many variations in between. Our prehistoric past might have been filled with unexpected friendships between species. As we continue to uncover evidence, we must keep open minds. The story of human history is still being written, and each new finding adds another piece to the puzzle. If this alternative perspective has sparked your curiosity, we encourage you to dive deeper into the research. Who knows what other surprises await discovery in our ancient past? The next time you picture early humans, don't just imagine them hunting giant beasts. Consider that they might have walked alongside them, learned from them, and formed bonds that lasted generations. Our ancestors' world was likely filled with more wonder and complexity than we ever dreamed. If you found this journey into alternative prehistory fascinating, please support our channel. Give this video a like and follow Forgotten History Facts for more mind-expanding content.